Howdy folks, it's Alter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And today we're going to do another 40th anniversary activity or mission, I guess they call them. I figured since I just got back in real life from a real life vacation, we might as well take a Hawaii vacation in the sim. I was not in Hawaii. I'll talk about where I was in a future video, but I have returned from vacation while you watch this. So let's take a Hawaiian vacation. Take a private pilot's dream vacation. I did not get to fly planes in real life on my vacation. Bummer. But anywho, rent a Cessna 172 SP in Honolulu and take off on a 4-day exploration of the Hawaiian Islands. There's nothing quite like viewing the unspoiled beauty of Hawaii's beaches, volcanoes, and canyons from the air. Navigating between the islands, sometimes out of sight of land. Ooh, interesting. Adds to both the challenge and the thrill. Can you jump out of the airplane and fly like you can jump out of a boat in the Caribbean? On your first leg, take off from Honolulu International Airport, fly around Oahu, and return inland to pick up her friend at Kaneohe Bay. Yep. On your second leg, fly from Kaneohe Bay along the north side of Molokai and land at Kahului. I should know these names, but I'm not thinking clearly here. Kahului Airport on Maui. On the third leg of the flight, depart from that airport, fly along the north side of Maui, and then down to the big island of Hawaii. Fly around the island and land at Ellison Onizuka Kona International Airport. On your fourth leg, you will depart from Ellison International Airport and have a large water leg. It's 2 hours, it says here. Flying past the island, the south side of Lanai Island, then you will arrive at the airport on the island side of Kauai. Your final leg will start there. You will fly around the island, then you will fly over a water, return on the island of Oahu. Jeez Louise, I have a good friend who's from Hawaii. I should have had her pronounce all of these for me. Alrighty, how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna split this up. We'll probably do 2 legs per video, I think. I know these say like 2 hours here and 2 hours there and stuff, but if these are water legs, a 2-hour leg for me is like what? Literally 2 minutes for you, because I'll do 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of sightseeing over the water while I fly for 2 hours. So this is nothing to do with how long your video is going to be. So let's combine 2 legs per video, and that's how we'll run this. So here we go. Let's have a preview of what our airports look like in the Cessna 172. These are going to be piece of cake. Piece of cake. Is this from Flight Simulator 2004? Alrighty, here we go. No time like the present. Let's get started on our Hawaiian vacation. Alright, so here we are. First thing we're going to do is repair and refuel, even though, oh my. Yeah, we need repair and refuel. They only gave us half a tank of fuel. Why would they do that? There we go. Now it's full. Let's hop outside next and have a look around while I get comfortable in my chair. I just kind of move stuff on my desk around, and I feel really crowded in my own desk space. So there we go. Whoops, looking back on the city. Whoops, is my mouse really in the way? How amateur. There's the city. I love how those buildings are quite tall, and then they're nothing compared to the mountains. This is awesome. This is just fabulous. Wow. And the frame rate is ridiculously smooth too. Oh, things are still rendering in. See, that's the compromise you get when they give you a super high frame rate, is rendering is compromised a little bit. Oh, well, that's okay. Alright, not a whole much to say here because we will be in those mountains, or not in the mountains, but we'll be going along the coasts of all the islands, most of the islands soon. I just wanted to look at the city super quickly. Alright, here we go, hop inside. I haven't flown this thing in a while. I don't think I need to do much. I think it's all pretty much set up for us. I don't even think we need time. Do we have GPS? Ooh, that's right. These older missions, we don't even get GPS, so we have to figure it all out for ourselves, which is awesome. Because we can't even, well, I guess it gives us our path there for this. But you can see these huge water legs. Look at that. crazy. That's just crazy. Alrighty, yeah, don't have much else to say about that. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? So there's no GPS. In fact, it won't even, whoop, I kind of doing the wrong thing. There is GPS, I was wrong. There's GPS, okay. Where's my wind? Where's all my options on this thing? Don't we have, there we are, PDF options, wind. I like to have option 3, the wind data, it's already on there. And you can tell I'm rusty, huh? It's actually been, aside from that Spirit of St. Louis trip, you've been watching pre-recorded content, so I haven't flown a normal flight in like 2 or 3 months. So I'm completely rusty here. What a mess. I don't really think we're going there. I don't think that's accurate, so the GPS might not be reliable. So maybe I was right. Maybe we don't really have GPS. Or maybe when I take off, it's going to refresh when I get to that icon. What a disaster. Doesn't matter. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. So let's get our timer out just in case if we need it. I think we go like this. Yep. And should we set some autopilot so that we can sightsee? Let's do that. First of all, let's look at the nav log and see where we're headed. 258 degrees for 5 minutes. So let's set this to 258 degrees. So we can go there for 5 minutes. So there's 258. And that's in case the GPS is screwed up. So we'll do flight director. We'll start with heading bug until we know that the GPS is going to work. And then we'll go to GPS. We will go not too high. Let's just go to 2,000 feet for now. Maybe 3,000 feet for now. Let's go to 3,000 feet for now. There we go. And we'll do vertical speed at about 800 feet per minute. There you go. Autopilot's ready to go. We are ready to go. We're just going to read about what we're doing. I think we have one set of flaps down. Whoa. Yes, we do. Okay. A little rusty at the start here, but we'll get it going. We'll get back into the groove of things. All right. Leaving Pinfu, you will head towards the west coast of the island. Before you turn north, you will pass over another airport. Your eventual destination. Ooh, that's going to be fascinating. To the west of that is an industrial area on the first waypoint, just off the beach. 1,000 foot above ground level is a good altitude to fly. Just stay close to the shore in case you have an emergency. We could talk about emergency procedures, at least how I understand them, where you need to have a safe place to land in mind all the time, but you cannot interrupt people. So if you have to land in the water to avoid people, you gotta land in the water. All right, 1,000 feet. Really? Let's compromise and go 2,000 feet. Just because the scenery might look kind of crappy at 1,000 feet. Alright, so 258 for 5 minutes. And then we will keep reading as we get to the first waypoint. That's how we'll run this one. So there we go. That was already a lot clumsier than I'd anticipated. But and we're going to get going here. And like I said, we'll see if the GPS will actually work. If the GPS does actually work, we'll just take advantage of it. And we'll read about the waypoints as we get there. That way we'll know what we're doing and what we're looking at. But if the GPS doesn't work, then we'll use the old-fashioned heading bug and looking out the window, and there's an airplane crossing our path up there, or a fire truck or something. Up, see daisy we go. Brakes to stop the wheels. A little bit windy, not too bad. Flaps coming in. Do I have any views out the window? I do. Ooh, look at that green plane and the mountains. And we should be trimmed pretty well. Oh, there's the city. Look at that. Cool. Alrighty. As soon as we get off the end of the runway, we'll engage autopilot. Not that we need autopilot, it just makes life a lot easier. Where's my freaking everything? Autopilot. Jeez, how come I don't have a preset for that? I guess it's that one. Anyway, autopilot's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's, well, looks like GPS is doing what it's supposed to do also. So let's switch over to GPS. There we go. And we'll just let it do its thing. We'll put the timer away. We don't need it right now. Don't get that dramatic. Why is it getting all dramatic? I mean, I know it wants to line back up again, but it doesn't need to go that much. Now we have to escort back, see? Jeez Louise. Oh, that's interesting. Anywho, so we read about our first waypoint, we're going to go over the other island, or the other airport, which is where we'll be landing at the end, it said, which is right here. So if you look at the nav log, right here, Juliet, Robert, Juliet, or Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Oh, Romeo and Juliet. Oh, how cute. Alrighty, so that's where we're going to land when this is all said and done, about 7 hours from now. But in the meantime, let's enjoy some sights for a second. Actually, you know what? This is happening really fast. Let's just look out the window, or outside, together for a moment, take some screenshots, and then after this first waypoint, we'll do some sightseeing content, maybe. Those of you who've never joined me for, to say, bush trip, this is a mission, but it's set up the same as a bush trip. What I do is I will read the waypoints, we'll navigate to the waypoints, and in between, I will reduce your time. You have to sit here. We're not, are we, okay, there we go. See, we're going to level off or what? I reduced the time we're going to sit here by just giving sightseeing shots without my voice, and then in editing I cut out stuff in between, but you never miss anything visually. Makes sense? It'll make sense in a moment. So for this waypoint, we're going to just stick together for a minute, and then for the next waypoint, we'll read about it, we'll get the airplane, go in that direction, and then I'll just give you reduced sightseeing time without my voice, and then magically, we're at the next waypoint. That way you don't have to sit through 7 hours of flying, but yet you don't miss anything. So we're higher than they recommended just because of the scenery. The scenery looks kind of icky. I've never been totally impressed with the Hawaii scenery in this sim, unfortunately. We talk about this often too. Let's reset the drone because it's all weird. We talk about how, based on the information that this sim has, scenery can be really awful, or it can be so amazing you could put a side-by-side photo and not know what's the sim and what is real life. And this scenery so far is like a 4 out of 10 based on what I've seen the sim capable of doing. So this is awful, but that's okay. Still better than some other simulators. And you got to remember, I started back in the very beginning where you had green dots on your screen, green pixels, and you had to pretend they were buildings. But yeah, like, look at the angle that the satellite took this. Looks like we're upside down, see? This is horrible. The autogen trees are amazing, but the autogen buildings are reduced a lot, probably for performance. Out here looks okay-ish because it's really far away, but then it looks horrible there. Whatever. I'm not going to complain too much. I try not to complain, but anyway, we're about to be at our first waypoint, I think. Well, not for 3 miles yet. So it's 3 miles out to the edge of the shore here, which is here. Man, don't see. It's nice that the satellite has the stuff in there, but the autogen is usually way better than this. The autogen is usually really, really good about, can't get out there, really good about filling in stuff. See, like, that's kind of, I mean, they did an okay job here. These are all supposed to be silos, though, because this is that industrial area they're talking about. See all this stuff missing, whatever. That's okay. I understand the performance thing. They want to be able to work on Xbox, and they want to be able to work on more PCs. I do have this cranked to the PC settings, though. On PC, we do get additional quality than Xbox gets, and I am using it. I have everything cranked, everything cranked. And I get 120 frames per second, because that's what my monitor is locked at. But, I don't know. I'm going to stop complaining. I can't even believe I complained this much. Alright, we are going to turn towards waypoint 2. Which is what? We have to read about it. Because I don't know what it is. POI 2, point of interest 2, is 10 minutes out, or 9 minutes out. As you cross over the beach, you will track northwest to Kaneohe Point. The west coast has amazing surf spots, as well as numerous sea caves. Ooh, that sounds cool. I should Google that when we're done. See if you can spot any from the air, so you can visit them next week. That sounds like fun. So, oh, see, okay, stuff just rendered in finally, and it looks way better. At least this does. It just, the rendering radius is very, very, very narrow. Even though I think mine is cranked all the way up. But anyway, okay. So, the beach and beach caves. I wonder, no, those are just coves. Beach caves, sea caves. Interesting. Anywho, I don't really have much to say right now outside of what I just read to you, so we are going to keep our altitude. I think we're going to be good here as long as GPS doesn't put us into the mountains. So this is going to be an example of sightseeing. So there's 10 minutes of flying, give or take. I already read about the destination. We're already headed, or the waypoint. We're already headed there. So you are going to get sightseeing without my voice. Enjoy the beaches and try to spot some sea caves, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, insanely beautiful. Once we got away from all the industry and everything, it started looking a lot better. Either I'm just acclimating to the scenery, but it is looking a lot better now, especially the previous shot that I think you saw. But there's the point that we read about. Where to say that? Because if I collapse these, they don't stay collapsed, right? They expand still. Yep. Never used to be that way. Kaneohe Point, that's what we're looking at right there, I would imagine. So as you reach the point, you will turn east following the shore. So we're going to turn to the right, obviously. On your right, you will pass Dillingham Airfield. As you come abeam Kailua Point, you will turn northeast along the shore. Wait, does that reads really funny, but I think we get the gist of it. Let's do a couple of these at once here. So we're going to go over the airfield and then another point, and then as we fly northeast along the shore, we'll be passing many famous beaches. This includes these beaches and Sunset Beach. As you come to the point, you will have reached the northernmost point on Oahu. Okay? So we'll look for some famous beaches and some points, and then let's do one more here that we'll just lump together. Flying west from the last waypoint, you have a short leg before turning southeast along the eastern shore. Alrighty, so we're going to do 3 points of interest together, 3, 4, and 5. That gives us about 11 minutes or so, which I'll reduce into some sightseeing. And then I will join you before we turn southeast. In fact, there's the airfield right there, and then some points and then some beaches. So enjoy the famous beaches with the sightseeing. Look at all these trails. Oh my gosh. And I will see you in a little bit. Alright, we're about to go on to our leg for leg 6, but it looked like it was raining. Maybe it's just the view of the drone, but I swear it was raining. It looked really strange. But anyway, oh, it's gonna turn. Oh, it's trying. Oh, yep, there we go. That might be a good screenshot, actually. Alright, let's hop inside and read about what we're doing. Because we're heading towards leg 6 now. Right on time, just like we're supposed to be. And let's read about it while we look up at this mountain. That should come back into view here. Scrolling down, POI 6, as the shore turns southeast, follow it. This heading should take you to your destination airport. Today, a friend has invited you to land at MCAS Kaneohe Bay. They will join you for the remainder of the flight. Maybe it's my friend who used to live in Hawaii. Maybe she's going to give us a tour. I don't know. But there's a ridge line of the mountains there. Looking down on the GPS, it lines up right there. That is pretty darn cool. This is an 8-minute leg, and then we go right to the airport. From there, as you fly south along the east coast, you will see a bay ahead. Fly and land, making left traffic for runway 4. So pretty straightforward, I think. And then the next leg will also be in this video, so don't worry, we're not done yet. Left traffic for leg 4, which would be 40 degrees, which, oh, this is north is behind, so we're actually facing south. So we want to go off to the right here to turn left on base and left final. So that's what we're going to do. So just a simple moment of sightseeing for you at the shore, which is very different than the beaches we just saw. And I will see you in just a moment. Simple as that. Alright, as gorgeous as this is, it is time to land the airplane. There's your airport right there in front of us. So let's turn off autopilot and fly this in. Alright, turn that off there. Flight director off as well. And let's turn right to go left. Remember, it's a left traffic pattern for runway 4. So runway 4 is going to be right here. But we want to do a left traffic pattern. So we want to veer right to get to the left pattern, correct? Left base and left final. We don't need to give ourselves too much space. We have a small airplane, but we'll see how this goes. Throttle's back to descend, nose up to slow down a little bit, gears fixed. We'll just do flaps in a moment. Let's look around briefly into this bay. Oh, look at that cool looking rock right there. And then we will land and then head on to our next leg after we pick up our friend who's going to join us. Very cool. What are we at? 1300. Let's not descend below that quite yet. So throttles in to stop our descent. And then basic stuff. It's nice to be flying a simple little plane because we have some pretty interesting missions coming up. We have quite a long mission with several missions, I believe, with the DC-3, I think. which I'm not familiar with that aircraft. I did do a full checklist though the other day. I wrote one out, but I've not flown it very much. So my point being, at least here we have a simple aircraft to fly, which also means no excuses. We're going to aim for that island right there, and then we'll land. Keep it at altitude though. Look at those mountains, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at that. Very nice. Actually, I have two friends from Hawaii. I have one friend that I know very well enough that we actually vacationed with her. She brought her daughter, I brought my kids. We all squeezed into a hotel room at a water park. Not Hawaii related, but we're very close. She's from Hawaii. She said people who live there and grew up there can't wait to get off the island and get to the mainland. But only the privileged people can do that, which is a bummer because I know there's some challenges in Hawaii, but we don't need to get into that. Holy crap, no we don't. But my other friend was a coworker who lived in Hawaii and came to Minnesota because her parents got divorced or something when she was a teenager, and then she just stayed in Minnesota into her 60s. And then I think she moved back? I can't remember. I just know that in her 60s she spent a lot of time in Hawaii. And then she quit. Never heard from her since. Alrighty, here we go. We're a little bit high, but that's okay. I was busy rambling about things I shouldn't have been rambling about. But we got a very, very, very long runway. Plenty of space. We'll aim for those numbers, and then we'll bleed off speed here. First set of flaps down. I think you actually already did flaps. I just didn't say it out loud. There's our float. Let's just do full flap because we can. Whoa, look at that float. A lot of runway. Terrible approach. Do not do this at home. But we'll manage just fine. There we go. Soften the blow a little bit. Ground effects. There they are. And touchdown ever so gently. Boom. Not even registered on the VSI. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. Brakes to stop the wheels. Flaps coming in. Look for that save icon. There it is. And that's the end of our first leg. Second leg in this video. So after a quick edit, we'll continue. Here we go. Alright, so leg 2, it automatically repairs and refuels for you ever since an update or two ago. And for this leg, where are we headed? We're headed to Oscar Gulf, which is 41 minutes away, apparently, which is way over here. So some open water stuff, another island, and back to land. So for the water, of course, it's going to be just like a minute for you or less, but for me, it's probably going to be like 20 minutes or so. So without further ado, let's read about what we're doing. Let's make sure our flaps are down 1 first of all. And where are we on the runway? I know we stopped in the middle, but no, we didn't. We stopped kind of near the end. We have plenty of space. Okay, cool. All right, log. Oh, wow. Even those 41 minutes, not much to say. Probably because of all the water. Take off and fly to the airport on Maui for lunch and fuel. That sounds like fun. Along the way, explore the north shore of Molokai and the old pineapple fields of Lanai. This first leg, or maybe it's Lanai if there's not an apostrophe. This first leg will take you over 32 nautical miles of open water. Climb to 7,500 feet and you will see the coast and begin your descent back down to 1,000. Okay, so they want us to climb nice and high so that we can actually see land, which makes sense. So let's do that, and then as we see the coast, we'll come back down to 1,000. So let's set up autopilot right now. What does it say? 7,500. Already forgot. 7,500. Here we go. Flight director is on. I guess we're going to stick with GPS. It's available to us, so we're going to use it. Vertical speed, let's do 800 feet per minute. I like that number. And then we will look for land as we're over open water. There we go. Okay, very simple. And then once you get back to land, what do? Fly along the north shore. About midway, you will fly over a small airport called Kalauapapa Airport. Continue until you come to the easternmost part of the island. So you're going to get some sightseeing over water. And I'll probably talk to you when we get to land and we'll jabber a little bit. And then after that, we'll land at the airport along the northeast shore of Maui. Following the shore will bring you into Kahului Airport. Expect leftic. Expect leftitic. It's supposed to say left traffic into or onto runway 05, which is 50 degrees, which is basically facing east northeast. Very simple leg. In fact, I'm spending more time talking than what you'll probably see. So let's just get going. Parking brake off. Actually, no, parking brake is on. And let's get out of here. We'll get up in the air. We'll engage autopilot, and then we'll just have a bunch of sightseeing. Not too much sightseeing, but we'll have a fair amount of sightseeing. And a little more jibber jabber as we reach land. To land. Alrighty, come on. Come on, there we go. Brakes to stop the wheels. Fly runway heading here for a moment. Flaps coming in. And keep our climb going here. As we look around. Just beautiful. I'm not going to engage autopilot yet because of that terrain right there. I just want to make sure that we stay clear of the train. Oof. A lot of wind and turbulence. Again, the scenery's looking kind of goofy. There we go. Let's just fly like this a moment. We'll hand fly. Just for a moment. Oh man, this wind is really difficult, but that's okay. Some excitement is fine. Wow, look at that tall building right there. Must be apartments or something. Oof, turbulence. Look at that bay. Oh my goodness. Lots of fun swimming, I bet. Whoa, whoa. Jeez Louise. Holy moly. As soon as we get over this, we'll engage autopilot. For those islands out there, you know how I feel about islands. And engage autopilot. We'll wait till the pink line actually converges. And we can actually probably go higher on the climb. There we go. Keep an eye on that speed. I can't remember what optimum climb speed is in a Cessna 172. An X-plane I used to know. I mean, it's the same plane. I just can't remember. I should say back in my X-plane days. Wow, that just rendered in and it's gorgeous. That is having a problem. Look at this city. Look at that. Wow. I bet though from there to there still a long drive to the beach. It's not like you just walk out your front door and there's a beach, right? But then you get to see the mountains behind you. How amazing is that? Anywho, we're going to climb to 7,500 feet now so that we can see land. And be careful about our climb rate here. I don't think I need a lean mixture quite yet. No, not yet. I will deal with mixture as we get above 5,000 feet though. I'm not going to talk it out, just know we're doing it. We do not need to go 7,500 feet. I can already see the next bit of land there. Let's just stop at 3,000 feet. Because we can, whoops, shoot, I screwed up my autopilot now. Maybe not, there we go. We'll stop at 3,000 feet. I can already see land. I don't need to go higher than that. It's right there. In the mountains. Very simple. Alrighty, some sightseeing over water for you, not much, and then some sightseeing over land. I may or may not talk once we get to land. I mean, it'll be pretty darn obvious when we get to land, right? I don't need to say, look at the land. And then, as we reach our airport, which is after POI 8, so right here, we'll jibber jabber again once we make left traffic to runway 5. Do I like the north like this, or do I want north up? Do I want heading up or north up? I know real life pilots generally prefer heading up, I've heard. I don't know. Can I even change it on this one? You can't always change it. Some planes you can, some planes you can't. I might not be able to change it on this plane. Here we go. Menu, map setting. And let's do... How do I change it though? Yeah, I know. I want to go... There we go. North up. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see why people Oh crap, how do I get out of here now? Oh man. I don't know how to get out now. There we go. I guess I can see why people will like heading up. Let's just do north up just for fun. We'll do a little bit of both and see what happens. So anyway, over open water for a while, and then I probably won't talk during this part. But after the next part, when we get towards the airport, I will. So I will see you when it's time to make left into runway 5. See you in a bit. beautiful as we arrive on the coast of the island. And we're about 6 minutes out or so from the airport. I know that because it tells me on the GPS. If we go here and look up here, oh, we're 5.5 out. For those of you who don't know, Hawaii is made up of a couple hundred islands. I'll Google it and put the number of islands down below right now. Not so many islands make up Hawaii, but people usually only think of the big ones, which is what you see on the map here, like these 5, and then sometimes a 6th one, but then there's many more. But we're just going around the main ones right now. Let's see, airport coming up rather quickly. 5 minutes out now. We are at 2,000 feet above sea level, which is pretty much the same above ground level, as long as you don't run into these mountains. Ooh, looks gorgeous as it renders in. Unfortunately, doesn't render in until the last very second. Look at the cars down there, like little ants to get driving around. That looks like a lot of fun. Isn't it amazing how this is all rocky here, but then the other island had beaches everywhere? Obviously, it's just because these are the tops of volcanoes, right? Volcanic chain. And then this is just what we see above water. Very cool. So there's an airport in front of us, but see, nothing is rendered yet. So we can't make it out quite yet. But there's an airport out there. Somewhere, and we go then again left traffic it says, so we're gonna go to the right and then turn left on a base and final. Still trying to make out the airport. Maybe that's it right there, perhaps. What's a reference image look like? There's 2 runways there. They want runway 5, so since we have north up, runway 5 is going to be that one there. Boom, 50 degrees. We will veer out here over these little bays and come in. Very straightforward. Oh, please render in. That looks so bad. Please render in. Oh. Whoa. Turbulence coming off little rocks. But that's fine. Very realistic that way. And there's the city over to our right. Yeah, that's definitely our airport. And there's our bay that I was talking about. Okay, cool. Alright, time to turn off the autopilot and flight director. We don't need that. We're just going to veer off to the right a little bit. You can see runway 5 starts right about there. That's what we're aiming for. We'll just go off to the right a little bit and give us a decent size final, even though we don't need too much of a final in the airplane that we're in. But perhaps my friend wants to fly by her other friend's house and have a look at it. So we're just going to come over here and hope that the scenery renders in soon, because it's looking pretty awful again. Whatever. I said I wasn't going to complain in the last leg, didn't I? Whatever. It is a sightseeing simulator after all, right? Just kidding. Don't want to ruffle too many feathers. Oh, the tower just rendered in. At least the airport is rendered in for us. We could, if we wanted to, put the heading bug on 50. That way we know the runway orientation. We don't know that is exactly 50 because we don't have a chart, but close enough it'll get us in the ballpark, and we're visual anyway. So there you go. Alrighty, throttles back so we start descending, and then pretty soon we'll nose up to slow down, but I don't want to slow down too soon. There is more space here than it looks like. And thank you for joining me on this trip. We have done lots of Hawaiian flights on both X-Plane. Ooh, they're rendered in finally. There we go. See how close that was before it rendered in? That's a bummer. I know they do that for performance. I get it. But even with the PC setting, I wish it would render way the heck farther. Or it could be the servers. Because remember, everything is downloaded as you go. So that actually could be a mix of rendering radius and server issue. Yep, see, this is rendered in way out here. So I don't think it's the radius, because this was a radius here, then the radius out here just rendered in, and that's 4 times farther. So I think it's a server issue. I think sometimes your servers just can't keep up, which is a huge bummer. Alrighty, here we go. We gotta pay attention to what we're doing though, because we're not gonna get there very well if we keep screwing up like this. Oh god, I can't even see on my window. Oh, see, there's runway 5 right there. Is that it already? Yeah, that's runway 5 already. Okay, oh boy. Oh, I'm getting nauseous. Anywho, Enough rambling. We're totally off track now, so focused on the rendering. See how beautiful that is when it does render? Hope that is rendered in. Yeah, so the rendering distance, rendering radius seems to be okay. It's just maybe a server issue, as I said. Over the lagoon, if that's what that is. And we still gotta get flaps up, but we're coming in really hot. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. Let's just give ourselves a little bit more time here. There we go, by zigzagging a little bit. We could slip it in, I guess, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It is so windy. Let's buy ourselves another half mile here by doing this. We'll do first set of flaps now. We're a little early, but it'll be okay. Well, we have a tailwind. That's what the problem. Why did it happen to land with a tailwind? It did say runway 5, right? 2 sets of flaps. Oh, this is terrible. This is my worst approach in a very long time. I don't think this is gonna. I think we have to go around. No, we don't. The turtle never goes around. A full flap now. We're just gonna come down and bleed off speed here in a second. This is not how you land an airplane, folks. This is not how you land an airplane. Alrighty, here we go. Level off, let ground effects take us. There we go. Nice and soft. We're running out of runway very quickly. And touchdown. And brakes. Nose wheel down gently. Very nice touchdown, but terrible approach. So don't do that at home. Save icon. And there you go. End of leg 2. So we will do legs 3 and 4 in the next video. So like and subscribe so you know when the video goes live, and I'll see you then.